This is Lisa Smith reading for the session, the part of Liza Horvath. And I recorded myself reading the parts of Ivan that I'll play in between my dialogue. And it's just so annoying, frankly, to feel like I'm putting all this work in and he's not. He's happy with who he is, and I can't stand certain things about myself. The same things I couldn't stand before I met him. And his confidence is a way of holding that over me.
You don't think he has any doubts about his own behavior?
Honestly, no.
He's older. Maybe he simply expresses them differently or has accepted them, so he doesn't need to express them at all.
We're 10 years apart. This isn't some late May, early December situation.
Of course not. So is the problem to you his lack of awareness, his lack of accountability, or?
I mean,
you've been together for a decade. Have you not brought this up?
I have, I think.
You think?
Well,
you either have or you haven't.
Maybe not as explicitly as I'm doing here.
Why not? You've both done this before. You obviously know the value of open communication.
He always seems uncomfortable with it.
How so?
He tells me I bring it up out of nowhere and then I snap at him before he can get a word in.
And is that true?
How would I know?
Well, when you bring it up, is it over dinner? While you're getting dressed in the morning? Before you're going to bed? There are right times and wrong times to bring certain subjects up.
I don't know.
Well, think about it.
I am. Maybe sometimes I can be a bit aggressive.
You know, you're a very aggressive woman. That's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just who you are.
I've needed to be.
But compartmentalizing that tendency in certain circumstances can be valuable.
What are you trying to say?
You just seem put off by my insinuation that catching yourself getting too intense at times is a bad thing.
I'm just myself.
Brian doesn't want to change that. He knew what he was getting when he married.
He damn well better have.
He did. Have other people said similar things to you? Maybe a client, your kids?
I'm not talking about that. Work is great, and Beth is engaged to a wonderful man. Howard is excelling in law school.
But do you feel close to them?
What does that have anything to do with my marriage?
You know, this is all holistic. Has the intensity you've displayed with Brian been pointed out anywhere else? If not, maybe you're onto something.
But if so, I'm a fucking head case. I get it. Listen, Brian's a selfish man. I'm a selfish woman. That's part of what makes us love each other, seeing yourself in the other, that whole thing. But sometimes I feel like the older he gets, the further apart we grow.
You said yourself,
But when a man approaches his 80s, that gap grows bigger. Between the ages of 25 and 75, anything is fair game.
that's one way to look at it.
But once that threshold is crossed, there's just so much I can never know about what he's going through.
You're saying it like you're repeating something you heard. Did you come up with that yourself?
I didn't hear it anywhere.
None of what you're saying is bad or wrong, or the issue is never how you feel, it's how you respond to that feeling.
Well, wouldn't you be mad if you tried to talk to your significant other and they waved you off?
I think it would be a shame. I'd feel bad for them, but I wouldn't be mad unless I had a small sense that their reaction was appropriate. Otherwise, getting mad has no purpose. You're not going to change anyone's behavior by rejecting it with malice. The Howard and Beth are doing well.
Yes, very.
Are you proud of them?
Absolutely.
And how do you feel about what they're doing?
I'm not talking about this.
Why do you think you're uncomfortable talking about your children?
Because I don't have a problem with my children. I have a problem with my husband, and that's what I'm here for, to fix that problem.
I'm not sure you're properly understanding the.
What are your goals here exactly? To make me feel like I can't trust my own feelings?
I don't think you even know the difference now.
I certainly know one of them right now.
Well, that's a good start.
10 years, and we're just getting started. Great use of money. You know, I've been meaning to talk to you about this, and now feels like a good time. This is going to be our last session for a while.
That doesn't strike me as a wise decision.
It's my choice though, right?
Absolutely. I apologize.
It has nothing to do with today, for the record.
Reason from the door that went to just thought out. What's on your mind?
Can I get a water?
Help yourself.